Hello YouTube. This is my part 2 response to the Boston bombing occurrence. Now, the authorities have the suspect in custody. His trial is going to be coming up soon, and criminologists and experts are trying to get at the root cause of why he and his now dead brother did this. They're looking at their background, at their childhood, at their religious beliefs, but what they're overlooking is the fact that these guys were essentially Islamic fundamentalists. Now, Islam poses a different threat to modern civilization in the sense that it is the direct antithesis of freedom, democracy, and the other Enlightenment principles that we all hold dear. They view their religion to be right, and they see anyone who disagrees, i.e., the first world, as an enemy and should be killed, which is why they did this. I mean, and this is born out of the direct history of Islam. When it was formed, the people who advocated and asserted it were negated by its critics and essentially kicked out or ran out of that society at the time. But they came back in an army ready to fight as holy warriors to keep it alive. And this is essentially where it gets that warrior mentality. I mean, Heinrich Himmler, who was one of Hitler's top generals in the SS, he said that Islam was compatible with Nazi ideology. He said that Islam promoted the warrior in the war, and it promises sex in the afterlife. So of course, if you get a bunch of sexually repressed males in society to follow you, all you have to do is promise something extraordinary like that, and they will do anything. They will blow themselves up, or blow you up, or anyone else up, just to see that happen. Now, this is not to say that America is not guilty of domestic terrorism as well. We've had that recent case of that guy who killed that abortion doctor because he was trying to save the souls of babies. And also the issue with and also we still got the issue with these jets flying around with this whole Big Brother type mindset involved. Now, my whole thought on this is that essentially what needs to change is the fact of how we actually respond to stuff like this. That's what we need to change, because there's terrorism on this side, there's terrorism on that side. There's essentially a lot of fear pumped up into the populace, whether domestic or foreign. What we need to do is have this consensus and understanding of how humans could actually coexist without this radical fundamentalism. And what we need to do is understand the genetic and environmental influences that causes people to actually think and do stuff like this, and we need to pick up on it and stop it before it gets out of hand to the point that we have casualties. Because if people follow certain models that are demonstrably wrong in how they perceive reality, it could have negative influences and results, not just to the person who's using that model, but also to other people around them in society. And this is I feel important to the whole free will versus determinism argument, because the fact of the matter is we are natural links within reality. We don't make a choice without that being connected with reality. Because the thing of it is we think about the consequences of our actions. Rational people. We have this understanding that our actions have an impact on people and vice versa. And if we are to live together and share space, we have to cooperate. We have to understand. We have to talk to each other and get this basis, get these common moral decencies in society and get them advocated, and have this understanding that our freedom to swing our arm ends at the other person's nose, and you cannot force your will on someone else in that type of scenario. So we need to understand how people think like this, Why is it do they do these things, so we could essentially stop it for the sake of our civilization surviving. Okay, that's me. If you like this video, comment, share, fave, subscribe, post a comment on my channel, yada 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 yada. Alright, out.